We spend our early lives sitting in rows, listening to someone at the front of a room explain abstract rules we have no immediate use for. We are told to memorize the theory now so we can apply it later. Then we enter the workforce, and the exact same dynamic plays out in corporate training rooms. We sit, we listen to presentations, we take multiple choice quizzes on compliance policies. This creates what we can call the illusion of process. Organizations mandate these modules and track completion rates, mistaking strict compliance to a syllabus for actual human growth. It places a massive, inefficient burden on the learner. We expect people to carry around heavy stacks of theoretical information, preloading answers to problems they haven't even encountered yet. But absorbing dense information outside the context of the actual work doesn't change human behavior. It just makes people good at passing tests. For decades, we've assumed a simple sequence. Give people the theory first, and the correct behavior will naturally follow. In this model, knowledge acts as a barrier. Learners must scale a giant wall of theory before they are allowed to actually do the job. This breakdown is called the contextualization gap, and it ignores basic biology. Think about fire. You didn't learn that fire was hot by reading a textbook. You learned it because you felt the heat. You cannot gift someone a lived reference point. Until a person feels the physical or emotional friction of a real experience, theoretical advice is just abstract noise. As long as theory is treated as a prerequisite to action, the gap between learning and doing will remain completely uncrossable. The traditional sequence is backward. To actually build capability, we have to put behavior first. Instead of forcing knowledge to lead, we let the learner step directly into the action. Behavior precedes knowledge. This creates what is known as inline knowing. Knowledge is no longer a gatekeeper you pass. It becomes the atmosphere you breathe while moving. Historically, throwing untrained people directly into real-world action was either physically dangerous or incredibly expensive. That risk is exactly why the old theory-first sequence was invented. But true understanding only solidifies inside the friction of the moment. And for the first time in history, technology allows us to safely simulate that exact friction. Before modern navigation, traveling required significant skill acquisition. You had to master reading topography, calculating distance, and charting coordinates just to start a journey. Then came GPS. It didn't make us better at reading maps. It completely removed the need to learn the skill of map reading at all. The exact same shift is happening with artificial intelligence in the workplace. Custom voice simulators and real-time coaching agents now guide employees mid-task, delivering the exact information they need exactly when they need it. Think of it like wearing a pair of prescription glasses. The glasses aren't doing the seeing for you. They act as a lens that sharpens your natural ability to process information and act instantly. AI functions as a frictionless mechanism that collapses the delay between intention and action. There is a persistent pushback against this. People claim that relying on AI creates brain rot, that it dulls our natural skills, or that bypassing traditional study is somehow cheating. These anxieties mirror the historical pushback against calculators and spell checkers, tools once seen as threats to the merit of doing things the hard way. They challenge the idea that the struggle to reach a result is just as important as the result itself. This valuation of the process over the outcome is how institutional gatekeepers maintain control. For decades, credentials have dictated who is legitimate based on who could survive the approved grind. But when anyone can produce an elite result without that privileged path, the traditional gatekeepers lose their status. AI provides massive brain leverage. It democratizes high-level performance, allowing anyone to bypass traditional hurdles and produce results that were previously gated by time, money, or access. The ultimate goal of work is no longer knowledge retention. The goal is immediate, actionable execution. When we remove the artificial barrier between learning and acting, people no longer have to perform knowledge. They simply perform the skill, and learning just feels like doing.